and die. Turn around and die.
What's going on, guys? I'm Taylor, and today we're taking a nice little trip down memory lane. Back to 2012. Holy crap. Today we're playing a little game called Scale of the Universe 2. I'm a big fan of science, especially space science, and I love knowing just how massive everything is. So, if that interests you and you want to learn about shit, then this is the game for you. Also, side note, I'm recording this on my birthday, so obviously I have no life. Comment down below how old you think I am. If you get it right, I'll give you a kiss.
Okay.
Alright, let's find out just how big everything is. Spoiler alert. It's big. Okay, so we're going all the way down to 10 to the negative 35. Now is that meters, centimeters, inches? That's up to you to figure out. Alright, and the smallest thing known to man is that my
Emotional damage.
string. 0.0000000000001 yoctometers. According to string theory, strings are one-dimensional, but vibrate in all other dimensions. This string, however, is not the same string that is used for flying kites. That string is between 10 to the 32 and 10 to the 33 times larger. Planck length. 0.0000000000016 yoctometers. The Planck length is a unit of length. There is also a Planck time, which is the amount of time it takes light to travel one Planck length in a vacuum. Super short. According to space-time theory, quantum foam, which is also known as space-time foam, is the foundation of the fabric of the universe. It is impossible to directly observe or measure this because it is so small. Oof, that is very small.
So small.
Ooh. Neutrino! Neutrinos pass through ordinary matter like you and me all the time. In fact, they're doing it right now. Neutrinos have no charge, so they are only affected by gravity and the weak force. However, they are so small that they are barely affected. Lengths shorter than this are not confirmed. 100 atometers. So basically whatever size you see down there is just an ass pool. Got it. Proton, 1 femtometer. Protons are found within an atom's nucleus. They are thousands of times smaller than the atom itself. They have 2 up quarks and 1 down quark. Therefore, the proton's charge is plus 2/3 plus 2/3 minus 1/3 equals plus 1. Neutron. 1 femtometer. Neutrons are found within an atom's nucleus. They are thousands of times smaller than the atom itself. They have 2 down quarks and 1 up quark. Therefore, the neutron's charge is negative 1/3 plus 2/3 equals 0. Electron. Classical. Ooh. Electrons are so small that their size can't accurately be measured. The size of an electron varies greatly depending on how it's measured, whether it's based on the quantum model or, in this case, the classical model. We've got a couple of nuclei here, uranium, chlorine. Uranium's kind of looking like my face right now.
Embarrassing.
Gamma ray wavelength. Gamma rays have a very high frequency. They can come from radioactive decay. Oh, and by the way, it's not actually light blue as it appears to the left. What color is it? Angstrom. An angstrom, which is named after Swedish physicist Anders Jonas Angstrom, is 1/10 of a nanometer. The symbol for an angstrom is A with a halo. Also, the Los Angeles Angels logo. The Mickey Mouse molecule. Sorry, I just had tacos. I like to think that whenever I drink water, I drink Mickey Mouse heads.
What do you mean by that?
Carbon. Oh yes, carbon, the basis of all life. On Earth. This is because carbon atoms can create 4 covalent bonds, which means it can bond in thousands of ways with oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon, and other elements. Let's go, baby! Carbon-based life forms for the win! Buckyball. 1 nanometer. I remember growing up, I had a friend on my PS3. We used to play Rock Band together, and their name was Bucky Big Balls. That's it. Oh yes, deoxyribonucleic acid. That's DNA for my lesser life forms.
What did you say, punk?
If you're gonna commit a crime, don't leave any of this behind. Oh, we got our first venereal disease! Hepatitis B. Hepatitis B infects a lot of humans. In fact, almost 1/3 of the world population has been infected at some point. Y'all are nasty. Oh, here we go again. The HIV. Infects 0.6% of the world's population and causes AIDS.
Damn, thought that aid was supposed to help you.
You have AIDS. Although a single HIV virus is very small, in fact so small that not a single human being on the face of this planet can see it with their naked eyes, it can still kill. Smallest thing visible to an optical microscope. Optical microscopes cannot see objects smaller than 200 nanometers because the wavelengths of visible light will pass right through them. My god. A bacteriophage. The bacteriophage, or just
Fascia! His what?
His fascia, Dr. Evil.
is a type of bacteria infecting virus. I think they look like robots, not life forms, but it also could be argued that viruses are not alive at all. All I can say is they look kinky-ish. Oh yes, the X and Y chromosome. This is the only one that matters, the Y. Not the how chromosome, not the who chromosome, but the Y chromosome. The man chromosome. Red blood clot. I mean cell. Around 1/4 of all human cells are red blood cells. They circulate through one cycle every 20 seconds and only live around 4 months. The reason for the dent is to allow for more surface area, which means it's easier to transport oxygen. Oh, and they have no nucleus. Oh. White blood cell. Come on, man, where's the black blood cell? These mass murderers. Is that where all the black blood cells went? Hey, don't boo me. I'm part black. Like 25%. So that was 25% funny. These mass murderers are also known as leukocytes. There are many different types of this disease-fighting cell. The most common type, the neutrophil, has multiple nuclei. The largest type, the macrophage, has a diameter of a whopping 20 micrometers. That's over double the size of a neutrophil. Smallest object visible to the naked eye. No matter how hard I try, I still can't see it.
So small.
The human egg, also known as the ovum. An ovum, which is the largest cell in the human body. Interesting. Has a diameter of about 1/400th that of a chicken's egg. Animals that develop within eggs within their mother are ovoviviparous. Ovoviviparous. Ovoviviparous.
Ovoviviparous.
Ovoviviparous. Itch. Which humans are not. Ovoviviparous is the only English word starting with vowel V, vowel V, vowel V, vowel. Vowel V, 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 vowel.
One eternity later.
Width of a human hair. Can you see?
Barely.
That's how wide this is. Ugh. Human hair is amazing. Straight hair is almost perfectly cylindrical. On the other hand, curly hair is flatter, which allows it to curl, like a ribbon. Did you know that you probably have 50,000 to 200,000 strands of hair on your head? You can count. Last time I checked, there was at least 150k on my head. No cap.
Stop the cap.
Thickness of paper. You know I'm trying to guess some paper. Paper is very thin. It is so thin it can give you a paper cut. Ooh! You can do a lot of things with paper, including writing on it, drawing on it, and even folding it into shapes like squares, triangles, and boobs. Or dodecahedrons.
Nice.
Dust mite. Gross. They like to eat dust. What more needs to be said? A grain of sand. A wise man once prophesied. Are there more stars in the sky or grains of sand on Earth? That wise man grew up to be Josh Hutcherson. Ant, or as the British would pronounce it, Ant. 4 millimeters. You probably don't like ants. That's too bad. Fuck you, bitch. You're getting ants. 15 to 25% of all land animals are ants. Fascinating. Whoa, that's a lot of ants. For every person on Earth, there are over 1 million ants. A wise man once said, are there more ants on Earth or stars in the sky? That man grew up to be pencil lead. Ooh. Are you an HB1 or an HB2 kind of pencil guy? I'm an HBO pencil person, personally. Grain of rice. Are there more grains of rice? Russell's teapot, 25 centimeters. Bertrand Russell said that there was a teapot orbiting the sun between Earth and Mars. No one could disprove him because such a teapot would not be visible. Therefore, no one should ever doubt Russell. This was used as an analogy comparing the existence of God. I mean, take that, religion. Inch ruler, 30 centimeters, or 12 inches. Yeah, that's right, I measured. What did I used to measure? None of your business.
So small.
Basketball. Ballin'. Yo, 1v1 me right now, fam. I'm gonna cook your ass.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yes, the most useless thing in this whole game. A human being. I'm going to assume you are a human. I am a human too. Okay, bud. Did you know that? Did you know that there are over 7 billion of us? That's a lot. In fact, if you met each person for 1 second, it would take you about 200 years to meet all of them. Better get started now.
Okay.
Oh, this ugly bitch. Japanese spider crab. 3 meters. Oh, they're so gross. The Japanese spider crab is the largest arthropod. However, not all Japanese spider crabs get to be this size. Some are only 1 meter across. Unfortunately, fishermen have killed many of them. That's a lot of crab meat. Unfortunately. Okay. Elefanto! The elephant is the largest land animal. Only 3 species of elephants remain. So sad. They can weigh up to 8 tons, which is about 10 times the weight any human has ever achieved. Damn. Giraffe. The giraffe is the tallest land mammal at a mind-boggling 6 meters. His neck alone is almost half of its entire height. Adult giraffes are so tall that the only way for predators to kill them is to push them onto their sides. Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Here's a T-Rex.
This dinosaur is now extinct. Really? Then how do you explain that T-Rex I just saw in my front yard like 3 days ago?
Well, we're waiting.
It is still being debated whether the T-Rex was a predator or a scavenger. Although the T-Rex was very large, it was not the largest. Zoom out a bit to see the largest dinosaur. Ooh, is it gonna be the Brontosaurus, or is it gonna be the more fancy Brachiosaurus? I guess we'll find out. Watch it be a Diplodocus. Gross. No, it's just an Amphicoelus fragilis. Okay, it's Amphicoelus. Amphicoelus fragilimus was the largest dinosaur ever. It weighed over 100 tons. It's so big you could build your house on top of it if you wanted to. Okay, but is it a Brontosaurus or a Brachiosaurus? The blue whale, not to be confused with the blue waffle. Don't search it up. The blue whale is the largest animal there is. Its weight, which is 180 metric tons, is greater than any other animal's. Unfortunately, whaling has lowered the blue whale's population from 300,000 to 2,000. Y'all better stop killing these whales, man! Titanic. The Titanic sank when it hit an iceberg. Although it was capable of holding enough lifeboats for 4,000 people, they decided they only needed enough lifeboats for 1,178 people. There were 3,547 people on the Titanic. Gee, almost sounds like it was on purpose.
Ah, the Eiffel Tower. For 41 years, the Eiffel Tower was the tallest man-made structure in the world. 200 million people have been to the Eiffel Tower, which is almost the population of the USA. Burj Khalifa. The Burj Khalifa, which used to be called the Burj Dubai, is the tallest building in the world. No other building is taller than 828,000 millimeters tall. There's a swimming pool on the 76th floor. I heard Japan was trying to build some, like, super building that, like, they'd have to build in the ocean, and it was gonna be, like, 4 kilometers tall. That's freaking huge. Vatican City. Vatican City is the smallest country. It, although very small, is larger than you are. If you were to stretch your flesh over Vatican City so that it was spread evenly, the coating would be about 200 nanometers thick, which is less than even a single skin cell. Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the highest mountain on Earth, at 8,848 meters. It is constantly growing, like children do. Not many people can climb it without using an oxygen tank. Depth of the Mariana Trench. It's a pretty deep trench. Your mom's a pretty deep trench. It is in the Pacific Ocean, and its human population is 0. Did you know that this lovely trench has been proposed as a site for dumping nuclear waste? That's a deep topic. We all know that the Megalodon, giants, and Cthulhu all live in the Mariana Trench. I say we stay away from it. Neutron star. Neutron stars are made of tightly packed neutrons. As a result, they are extremely dense. 1 millimeter of neutron star material weighs 500 billion kilograms. That's about the weight of all humans combined. Or, 1, your mother.
Come on, what are we doing, buddy? Don't hit my couch, Lamont.
Grand Canyon, 450 kilometers. The Grand Canyon is one of the largest canyons on Earth. It was carved by the Colorado River. All that carving took around 17 million years. That's a long time. The layers of rock exposed were even older, some as old as 1.8 billion years old.
Sheesh. California or Italy? Which one, guys? Do we want the boot or the leg warmer? It looks like a leg warmer if your leg was like bent. Screw you, we're doing California. California love. California is nicknamed the Golden State. That's why it's colored golden. California is home to 37 million people, which is less than 1% of the world's population. Texas.
Hey, Patrick, what am I now?
Stupid?
No, I'm Texas.
What's the difference?
Texas is the only state to have the same rank in both population and land area, which is second. If Puerto Rico were to be counted, Mississippi would rank in 32nd in both categories. But it's not, because Puerto Rico is not a state. Pluto, and I don't mean the dog. Pluto used to be a planet, but now it's not. Deal with it. USA! USA! Here's the USA. Although it may seem to be larger than Pluto, Pluto has a black face. Pluto has a back face, which means Pluto has more surface area. Get wrecked, US! Io, the squirting moon.
Daddy, chill.
Io has lots of volcanoes. It is the most volcanic thing in the solar system. Io's geysers emit frozen sulfur dioxide up to 500 kilometers into space. The landscape of Io is constantly changing. In 1 year, it'll look very different. The moon. The moon, also known as Luna, is the brightest object in the night sky. It orbits Earth every 27 days, 7 hours, and 43 minutes. I like to imagine seeing several moons scattered across the night sky. That would be amazing. Then go move to freaking Saturn, bro. Asia. Asia is the Earth's largest continent, holding over 4 billion people, over half of the world's population. Africa is the second most populous continent, but only has 1 billion people. I knew that. Mars. Mars is known as the Red Planet. It is because it is rusty and full of blood. Many people believe water and life once existed on Mars. However, even if that is true, the life wouldn't be like the little green men. How do you know that? How can you confirm that? You haven't seen it. I mean, Mars has rock people, obviously. We've been knowing that. Venus. There was a time when Venus and Earth were thought to be sister planets. That isn't true at all.
Idiot!
Venus's surface temperature is always above 450 degrees Celsius because Venus is hot. Its atmosphere, which is mostly carbon dioxide, traps the sun's heat. Earth. Oh my god, I can see my house from here! The Earth is our only home. While living on it, we may consider it huge, but it is still important to take care of it. When it is gone, there will be nowhere else left to go. Says you, I'm gonna go live on the forest moon of Endor, with all the Ewoks. Sirius Black. Is a white dwarf. It's barely bigger than the Earth. It's usually pretty hard to see because it is hidden by Sirius A's blinding light. Sirius B is known as the Pup.
Minecraft world! Minecraft!
Stretching from the coordinates, plus 32 million to negative 32 million. The Minecraft world spans a total of 64,000 kilometers. This world has approximately 130 quadrillion blocks in it. That sure is a lot. That sure is a lot. And surely you can't be Sirius A. Neptune. Currently, Neptune is the farthest planet in the solar system from the Sun. It takes 164.8 Earth years for it to orbit the Sun. You'll never see Neptune complete a single orbit in your whole life, unless life expectancies increase. Poor Neptune. Just a slow little bitch at the end of our solar system. Your asshole. A lot of people like to think Uranus sounds like Uranus. There are many other and better pronunciations. Your anus can also be pronounced like Uranus or seventh planet.
I'm sorry, Fry, but astronomers renamed Uranus in 2620 to end that stupid joke once and for all.
Oh, what's it called now?
Eurectum.
Saturn. Saturn has the widest, most visible rings of the solar system. Galileo, who was the first person to see these rings, first thought they were ears. Can you imagine a Saturn without rings? It would just be a yellow ball. I mean, I guess it's better than being a blue ball. Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. However, it is not the largest known planet. That's TRES 4. Jupiter is a gas giant. So it's just a ball of gas. You can't land anywhere on it. Also, Jupiter has 64 moons, including the 4 Galilean moons. TRES 4. TRES 4 is the largest planet discovered. No telescope can actually see TRES 4, but there are ways to prove its existence. Indirectly. TRES 4's gravity causes the star it orbits to wobble slightly. Oof. Also, whenever TRES 4 goes in front of the star, the shine of the star dims a little. Distance from Earth to the Moon. The Earth and the Moon here are not to scale. If the distance were a meter, Earth would be the size of a quarter, and the Moon would be a pea. Speaking of pea... The Sun! Also known as Sol. The Sun is what gives Earth the energy that makes it able to have life. The Sun is over 100 times larger in diameter than Earth. 20,000 times more solar energy hits the Earth than the human race uses. However, some stars are even larger and more luminous. Total human height: 10 million kilometers. If all the 7 billion humans stood on top of one another, and the bottom 6.99 billion humans didn't crumple under all the weight, the stack would be approximately 10 million kilometers tall. That is tall, man! Distance from Earth to the Sun, also known as an astronomical unit.
Nerd!
My boy, Rigel. Rigel is a blazing blue star, and the brightest star in the constellation of Orion. It lies near the equator, so it is visible from almost anywhere on Earth. Also, don't call it Rigel, because it's pronounced Rigel. Rigel. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice! Distance from Neptune to Sun, 4.5 billion kilometers. Neptune is the most distant planet in the solar system. The distance from Neptune to the Sun is greater than the diameter of any known star. Light day. That's 1/365th the length of a light year. Even in just 24 hours, light manages to zoom across the distance of 26 billion kilometers. That distance is further than any human or space probe has ever traveled. Homunculus Nebula, also known as a pair of testicles. The center of the Homunculus Nebula lies a star. The star, which is Eta Carinae, had a magnitude of -0.8 in 1841. Second brightest star in the sky. Now, it is a very dim 6th magnitude star. Gomez's Hamburger, 2.5 trillion kilometers. Gomez's Hamburger is 900 light years away. The buns are made of reflective dust, and the patty is made of dark dust. That does not sound very appetizing. I mean, you're the one talking about buns.
Stop it. Get some help.
Light year, 9.46 trillion kilometers. In 1 year, light travels about 9.46 trillion kilometers. This distance is known as a light year. The light year is commonly used for measuring astronomical distances. Eskimo Nebula. Is that PC? Can we say that? The Eskimo Nebula was discovered in 1787 and is the result of a sun-like star exploding. It supposedly looks like a head in the hood of a parka. Another name is the Clownhead Nebula. Bro, that's racist. 1 parsec. 3.3 light years. A parsec is a unit of length. The movement of the Earth orbiting around the Sun causes nearby stars to appear to move, called parallax. If a nearby star is perpendicular to the solar system and is exactly 1 parsec away, its parallax will be exactly 1 arcsecond, or 1/3600th of a degree. Parallax plus arsec equals parsec.
The Pillars of Creation.
10 light years. The Pillars of Creation lie within the Eagle Nebula. The Eagle Nebula is 7,000 light years away from us. Evidence shows that the Pillars of Creation were destroyed by a supernova about 6,000 years ago.
So we only have another millennium to see it. Wow. Tarantula Nebula. Ooh. 600 light-years. The Tarantula Nebula is the largest known nebula. It can be found in the Large Magellanic Cloud. It's very bright, and with an absolute magnitude is -11. It is the brightest non-stellar object known. Known to who? Sombrero Galaxy. Do you think the Sombrero Galaxy looks like a sombrero? I'm not sure. Oh, did you know that there is a supermassive black hole in the center of this galaxy? Most large galaxies have supermassive black holes. Your mom's a supermassive black hole. Our Milky Way might. Speaking of, the Milky Way, 120,000 light-years. The Milky Way is the galaxy we live in. You can't see the whole thing at once, of course, but on a dark night, you might be able to see a streak that spans the whole sky. It looks milky, so it's the Milky Way. Where's our twin? The Andromeda Galaxy. 150,000 light-years. The Andromeda Galaxy is the Milky Way's twin. It's the nearest galaxy that is a smaller size and shape. In a few billion years, the two galaxies will collide and form one large elliptical galaxy. Milkomeda.
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
The distance Earth has traveled relative to the Sun. Earth has traveled almost 500,000 light-years relative to the Sun since its formation. That's 4.5 billion years at 4.5 billion orbits, traveling at 110,000 kilometers per hour. Earth is 10,000 times slower than the speed of light. Sounds like another skill issue. Distance to the Andromeda Galaxy, 2 million light-years, and it's decreasing. Distance to the Great Attractor. The Great Attractor is pulling thousands of galaxies, including the Milky Way, towards itself. Its mass is tens of thousands of times greater than the Milky Way's. Jeez. Gigaparsec. 3.3 billion light-years. Oh my god! A gigaparsec is 1 billion parsecs. It is one of the largest measures of distance. There's really no need to have any measure larger, because the radius of the observable universe is only 14 gigaparsecs. Holy. Distance to the Hubble Deep Field, 12.7 billion light-years, 1.27 times 10 to the 26. The Hubble Space Telescope took a picture of an empty spot in the night sky. Instead of nothingness, the image has almost 3,000 objects in it. Distant galaxies. It's unknown where these galaxies are now, but where they were 12.7 billion years ago is 12.7 billion light-years away from us. Observable universe. Oh my god. The estimated size of the universe. Universe. At least 160 billion light-years. The universe is everything we know. We know nothing of what lies beyond. Oh, also, the universe may be much larger than this. There's just no way to actually measure the size. I think there's one more thing. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit more. Your mom. Alright, well that's gonna do it for Scale of the Universe 2. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, tell all your friends. That's it for me today. See ya!